Okay, so the date is February 10th, 2026.
Right.
And if you just look at your calendar, it's a Tuesday. You've probably got a meeting, maybe a grocery run.
But that's not what it is. It's the day the old world officially stopped pretending to work.
You're calling it a note of irreversibility.
It is. We're looking at a stack of reports here.
Yeah.
Cables from Oman, market data from Tokyo, intel out of Venezuela. And they all say the same thing.
Which is?
The liberal international order isn't just sick, it's dead. We have returned to the jungle.
That's a heavy way to open. Return to the jungle. Are we talking total chaos, or is it something else?
It's a new set of operating instructions, much harsher. It's what the analysts are calling a polycrisis.
The polycrisis. It sounds like a bit of a buzzword.
It does, but it's real. It's not just that bad things are happening. It's that the failures in, say, geopolitics are triggering failures in economics.
Which then trigger failures in technology.
And they amplify each other. It's a feedback loop.
So our mission today is to strip that away and just look at the raw mechanics. And the data suggests we start in the Middle East.
Muscat, Oman. Ground zero for what the cables are calling the double helix.
Right, the double helix. 2. Completely different diplomatic tracks happening at the same time. Let's start with track 1.
The U.S. and Iran.
But the setup, it reads like a farce.
It's physical theater.
Yeah.
You have the U.S. delegation, Witkoff and Kushner, in one hotel.
And down the road,
The Iranian foreign minister, Iraqi, in another. And they refuse, point blank, to even be in the same room.
so how does anything get done?
It barely does. You have Omani diplomats literally running back and forth between the hotels.
Just carrying notes.
Handwritten notes, typed ultimatums. It sounds ridiculous until you look outside the hotel window.
And this connects to the narrow window strategy from the Pentagon briefs.
Exactly. Narrow window is just diplomatic code for a gun to the head.
While they're talking, the U.S. has moved carrier strike groups into position.
The message is, sign this paper or we liquidate your assets. It's not a negotiation, it's a dictation.
And the Iranians are just trying to stall.
They're trying. They want to talk about the nuclear program, maybe some sanctions relief. Just buy time.
But the Trump administration isn't having it.
No. They want a comprehensive deal. Nuclear, ballistic missiles, human rights, the whole thing.
Which is basically asking Iran to dismantle its entire national security doctrine.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's why the carriers are there.
Okay, but while that's happening, there's track 2, the Board of Peace.
And this is the structural shift. This is the thing that changes the next 50 years.
So on February 19th in Washington, they're rolling out a new framework. U.S., Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Turkey, Pakistan. It just sounds like another coalition, like NATO or something. What makes this so different?
The structure. It completely bypasses the UN Security Council. It ignores the UN Charter.
Oh.
It's structured like a corporation. And the kicker, the org chart lists Donald Trump as the permanent chairman.
Permanent chairman.
With veto power. That's boardroom language, not diplomacy.
So the whole operating system changes. It's no longer consensus-based.
It's power-based. Management by the strong. You're a small nation, not on that board.
You have no recourse.
You're a customer. Or a target.
Yeah.
There is no appeal court.
Yeah.
The safety net of international law is just gone.
Which brings us back to your thesis. The liberal order is dead.
Precisely. And this shift isn't just in the Middle East, it's bleeding into Asia. The sources call it the Asian paradox.
Right. On one side, Japan is surging. On the other, China seems to be imploding.
Let's start with Japan. The Takaichi trade.
After the election on the 27th?
It was massive. Prime Minister Sana Takaichi didn't just win, she got a supermajority. 316 seats.
And the market reaction?
Visceral. The Nikkei hit 57,000. That is stratospheric.
But the notes here highlight a danger signal in the bond market. Yields are rising. What does that mean for someone who isn't a bond trader?
It's about the cost of money. A booming stock market signals growth, inflation. So investors demand higher interest rates to lend money to the government.
And the problem is Japan's massive debt.
It's a mountain of debt. If the interest they have to pay, the yields go too high, the government literally can't afford its own payments.
A death spiral.
It's a thermometer shattering from the heat. And Japan isn't just getting richer, it's getting, well, sharper.
You're talking about the new active cyber defense laws.
Yes. This is a game changer. Active doesn't mean a better firewall.
It means shooting back.
Exactly. Japan has now legally authorized its agencies to go into servers that are attacking them and neutralize them.
The sources mention a specific target, a mirror face.
A Chinese state-backed hacking group. For years, Japan just had to block them. Now they're hacking back into the mirror face servers and shutting them down. It's warfare.
Which brings us to China. While Japan is flexing, China's eating itself. Top generals are vanishing.
Zhang Yuxia, Liu Zhenli, these aren't just anybody. Zhang was a childhood friend of Xi Jinping.
And he's just gone.
Gone. Along with a purge of the rocket force. It's total paranoia at the top.
And this is tied to the 2027 goal for Taiwan readiness.
It puts it in serious jeopardy. The corruption was deep. We're talking missiles filled with water instead of fuel. Silo lids that don't open.
So Xi is purging his military because he's afraid his own gun won't fire.
He fears his own army more than the enemy. The East is volatile. Stability is a lie. But, and this is the pivot, this chaos in the war room is now mirroring the chaos in your living room.
This is the turn, how this macro instability hits the listener's actual life, their portfolio, their career. The sources call it a K-shaped reality.
This is crucial. If you work in tech or have a 401k, you need to hear this. The market has split.
So who are the winners?
The winners are infrastructure, the companies building the AI brain, chips, data centers, energy.
NVIDIA, AMD, nuclear power provider.
Right. And the losers are SaaS, software as a service.
Companies like Salesforce, Adobe, Oracle, their charts have just fallen off a cliff. But why? Everyone uses these tools.
Think about the model. SaaS sells you a tool to help you do a job. But AI doesn't help you do the job.
AI is the job.
AI is the workflow. If an AI agent can manage your customers, you don't need Salesforce. The capital is flowing into the power plant, not the light bulb. You have to own the infrastructure.
That binary, that all or nothing theme, showing up in the consumer market too, the handbag divide.
This is just the death of the middle class, visualized in lever. Look at the earnings. Hermes and LVMH, record highs.
They sell to the ultra-rich, who are immune.
They own the assets. Inflation makes them richer. But then you look at Gucci and Kering.
Crashing, down 20 and 30%.
And you have to ask who buys Gucci. It's the aspirational class, the people who save up to buy a bag to feel rich.
And those people are broke.
Wiped out. Inflation, rent, energy, they can't afford the signal anymore. The middle ground is being deleted. You're either an asset owner at Hermes level, or you are nothing.
And speaking of assets, there's the Walsh shock here in the U.S.
Trump's pick for the Fed, Kevin Walsh. The markets are reacting violently.
Flash crashes in gold and silver, then massive rebounds. It seems frantic.
It's hyperventilation. The market is terrified. The Fed is losing its independence. If Walsh is just going to print money when the president tells him to,
the dollar ceases to be a neutral store of value.
It becomes a political weapon. When that happens, trust evaporates. That's why gold is whipping around like this.
And this evaporation of trust. This brings us to the most disturbing part of the material, the actual physical collapse of the state.
This is the assassin's blade. It's the realization that the system you think protects you, it isn't there. Look at Venezuela.
January 3rd, U.S. forces arrest Maduro. What happened next wasn't freedom.
It was anarchy. The interim government is just chaos. We're seeing opposition leaders released from prison, hugging their families.
And then rearrested 6 hours later by a different police unit.
Because there is no government. There are just armed gangs with badges.
And this isn't just a global South problem. Look at Ukraine.
The winter weaponization. 440 missiles in one night. The target. The energy grid.
Heat and light are now military targets.
And in the Sahel, Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, they just quit the International Criminal Court. They're rejecting white man's law.
So you connect these dots. Venezuela, where police are a gang. Ukraine, where the grid is a war zone. The Sahel, where international law is void.
And here's the question for you listening. You see that and you think, that's over there. But is it?
You're saying this fragility is global.
I'm saying the era of outsourcing your survival to the state or the system is over.
That brings us back to the handbag divide.
It's deeper than that. It's about infrastructure. When the grid goes down like in Ukraine, or the courts lose power like in the Sahel, are you a victim waiting for a FEMA truck that isn't coming?
Or have you built your own infrastructure? You're saying we have to be our own government.
I'm saying in a world of polycrisis, dependency is a death sentence. The geopolitical situation shows you have to be your own security force to survive physically.
That's a chilling realization. The world is splitting. Tech is splitting into infrastructure versus software.
Society is splitting into Hermes versus Gucci.
Geopolitics is splitting into power versus rules.
And the middle is the kill zone. If you are relying on the middle management, middle class, middle ground diplomacy, you are standing on a trapdoor.
So, for the person listening to this right now, what is the move?
Stop waiting for stability. It's not coming back. You need to position yourself on the right side of the split. Move your career to infrastructure. Secure your own assets. Become resilient.
Because the liberal international order isn't coming back to save you.
The vacuum is here. Interpret the silence accordingly.
This has been Neural Pulse. Clarity in a complex world.
Decide your move.